Yep, I think it works, believe it or not. And I got to thank user Crabfoot because he had asked in one of the comments on a previous video, could you put the file and the small blade on the same layer? And I thought, no, not even, there's no way you can do that. Of course, went on the internet, and sure enough, someone had done it. And I think I know how they did it. So the trick is, you got to use, obviously, put your small blade on first, and then you put your spacer on, and then you use 2 liners. But the trick is, you got to file those liners down, because the liners down this end, which is basically like the wider end of the knife, they all come up higher. So if you use the standard liner, or what's going to happen is this is going to come down and it's going to sit like right on top, which is fine, which is what I do with that other version where I did the wood saw with this small blade. However, what ends up happening is because that, especially that, because it's like a thin piece of metal, it's under tension, and it eventually finds its way. It went left on mine because it doesn't like to sit up top. So it's always trying to move somewhere. By having like this, it's got a nice little home. So it just sits there. So I think this is actually going to work. I won't know until I test it, but I think it's going to work. The only potential issue is up top here. This sort of bows out a little bit. So my only concern is if I put normal scales on, which I'm probably going to just do minimal scales because these are in nice shape. I'll show these off. But if you put like a traditional like Victorinox scale on, it needs to be flush. And if it puts some pressure, my concern is if this comes down too much, see, it's going to catch. There's not a ton of space in there. Doesn't now. So this is where it gets tricky, right? Is this going to work or not once it's finalized? I think it might, and I'm going to give it a shot, you know. Should be fun. So anyway, this knife itself was basically what the guy had built was he called it the bladeless Mountaineer. And what I'm thinking of doing is this just popped out because it's not under any, it's not secured. Which is, the Mountaineer is a cool knife. But by bringing it down, this is what he had. Do the opener layer, you know, then you got your scissors, which is a nice setup on its own. But, you know, I figured I'd throw this guy on too. Because the saws, they don't take up any space. So yeah, you're going, it's up to a 4 layer now, but like, I feel like this would be like the master trail guide. What it should have. You got a little bit of everything on there. And you know, I debated throwing these guys on, which I did. Same setup, no saw, but then you're getting big, you're getting really thick. And it's up there with, you know, like a Deluxe Tinker, which these things are awesome, but we're just getting a little too big. So I don't know. I'll see if this is actually the final version or not. I'll keep you posted, but this one's fun. I mean, they're all fun, but this one's going to be extra fun. Because who doesn't like the file? Seriously, if you don't like the file, don't watch these videos. I can't help you. File's awesome. It really is. It's a cool, very versatile tool, especially the new ones because they're super strong. But the old ones, the only thing with the old ones is if you use it as like a screwdriver or something, because they're like chrome plated, it'll start to chip up top. So the newer ones, obviously they have a more aggressive pattern on them. They cut better and they're stronger. If you're going to be like doing things that you're not supposed to do with the file, like use it as a screwdriver, it's going to hold up better than the older ones. But the older ones, they're still pretty nice and I like them aesthetically too. They look pretty cool. So anyway, I'll keep you posted, but hope you like that one.